Hello everyone. I just got back from the library and I thought it would be fun to do a little mini library haul / review vlog. So the plan is I'm going to show you what I got and read them. And then I'm going to give you reviews on each of them and tell you what my ratings are for each of them. There are 3. Let's start with People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I have been wanting to read Emily Henry for a very long time, but it's one of those things where she is so highly rated that I'm afraid I'm going to hate her writing. I'm afraid I'm going to hate her books, and I don't want to hate her books. So I've been putting it off for a really long time, and when I went to the library and saw this book, I took it as a sign. So I'm going to read you the synopsis of it. 2 best friends, 10 summer trips, one last chance to fall in love. Poppy and Alex and Poppy. They have nothing in common. She's a wild child, he wears khakis. She has insatiable wanderlust. He prefers to stay home with a book. And somehow, ever since a fateful car share home from college many years ago, they are the very best of friends. For most of the year, they live far apart. She's in New York City, and he's in their small hometown. But every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together. Until 2 years ago, when they ruined everything, they haven't spoken since. Poppy has everything she should want, but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she was last truly happy, she knows without a doubt that it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex. And so she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together, lay everything on the table, and make it all right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything. If only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship. What could possibly go wrong? On Goodreads, it has an average rating of 3.87, which is pretty good. I don't think that this is typically anyone's favorite Emily Henry, so I'm maybe starting off on a lower note, but sounds pretty intriguing to me. I have seen this cover 10 billion times, and I've always wanted to pick it up. It looks like it's going to be a cozy mystery. I'm not sure if that's the case. I know for a fact that it's a mystery. I can tell you that for sure. Crime, mystery, murder. But I've never really looked up any reviews on it or anything. So, synopsis. In a peaceful retirement village, 4 unlikely friends meet up once a week to investigate unsolved murders. I love this already. But when a brutal killing takes place on their very doorstep, the Thursday Murder Club finds themselves in the middle of their first live case. Elizabeth Joyce, Abraham, and Ron might be pushing 80. Oh, they're old. I didn't know that. Might be pushing 80, but they still have a few tricks up their sleeves. Can our unorthodox but brilliant gang catch the killer before it's too late? Average rating of 3.88, so a little bit higher rated than the Emily Henry. This looks like it's going to be good. Clearly I knew none of the plot. I have just seen the cover. I have just seen it on, recommended mystery TBRs. But it's also a series, which makes it fun. So if I like this one, then I can pick up the second one. That's fun. Last but not least, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Apologies. This synopsis is really, really very long. So long that they didn't even include it on the back of the book. So bear with me. I'm going to read it to you. Alicia Berenson's life is seemingly perfect. A famous painter married to an in-demand fashion photographer. She lives in a grand house with big windows overlooking a park in one of London's most desired areas. One evening, her husband Gabriel returns home late from a fashion shoot, and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face and then never speaks another word. Alicia's refusal to talk or give any explanation turns a domestic tragedy into something far grander, a mystery that captures the public imagination and casts Alicia into notoriety. The price of her art skyrockets, and she, the silent patient, is hidden away from the tabloids and spotlight at the Grove, a secure forensic unit in North London. Theo Faber, is a criminal psychotherapist who has waited a long time for the opportunity to work with Alicia. His determination to get her to talk and unravel the mystery of why she shot her husband takes him down a twisting path into his own motivations, a search for truth that threatens to consume him. The Silent Patient is a shocking psychological thriller of a woman's act of violence against her husband and of the therapist obsessed with uncovering her motive. This sounds so good. This is the highest rated book of the three. So the average is 4.18. So we are comfortably in the 4-star range. Let's see when all of these were published. This is 2019. Thursday Murder Club is 2020. And People We Meet on Vacation is 2021. So we also have, they're all in order. So Silent Patient came first, and then Thursday Murder Club, and then People We Meet on Vacation. Should I read them, should I mood read and just, decide that way, or should I go by, rating? Or should I go in order of which they were written? I don't want to do that, because I kind of want to save this one for last. So I think I'm going to go from lowest rated to highest rated and see how that goes. So the first one I'll be reading is People We Meet on Vacation, which I'm happy about, because that kind of gets the happy beach read out of the way, and then we dive into the mystery stuff. So stick with me. I'm gonna give you my reviews as I figure them out. Stay tuned. Please do not mind the hair. It's raining outside, and I have to take my dogs out every couple of hours, so there's really no reason for me to be styling it today. With that being said, I'm reading this right now and taking extensive notes on it so that I can give you a good review. Y'all, I was skeptical. Because this is one of Emily Henry's lowest rated books on average. But I'm eating it up. I am eating it up like it is my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love it. The banter between the two main characters is so good. There's enough tension that I really want them to be together, but not so much that I'm this is really obvious and kind of painful that it's happening. I don't know. And it's also not low stakes, but it's not stressing me out. You know what I mean? There are stakes happening and there are conflicts, but I'm not stressed about it, which is really nice in a romance book. I am 17 chapters in, and I have a feeling that we're going to have a little bit of heartbreak happen, a little bit of a third act conflict, which is fine and to be expected, but I'm a little nervous about that. But my number one observation thus far, Alex has got to be neurodivergent. I'm sorry. There's no way he is neurotypical. I'm thinking maybe a little bit of the autistic traits, maybe just a little bit. I don't know, maybe that hasn't been explicitly stated in the text. Maybe it will be later. I doubt it. But he's feeling very neurodivergent to me. A lot of the rigid routines and the opinions that he has and the sensory things, it's just sounding a little familiar to me. So that's interesting to see. I relate a lot to Alex. Let's just say that, in a lot of ways. I'm definitely not Poppy in this situation. I am the Alex. 100%. But I love them together. The banter is so good. Their friendship is so wholesome. and I just want them to be in love, and obviously they are in love, okay? But I'm just excited to see where this goes. I'm very pleased with Emily Henry. I think she's won me over. I'm excited to read more of her stuff after I finish this, and I will be reading more. This has convinced me that she's not overhyped. I have heard that her newest novel, Funny Story, is not the best, like probably one of her lowest performing so far, but that's fine. I'll get to that later maybe. But I'm really excited to read the other ones that have been raved about on the Bookstagram and the BookTube. So that's my update so far. Doing really well. Really liking it a lot. I don't know if it's 5-star territory for me, but it's definitely in at least 4-star territory. We might do like a 4.5, I don't know. But I love it. I love it so much. I'm excited to finish it. It's done. It's done. And she kept me guessing until the very last second. I did not know. Man, I thought we were good, and then we weren't good, and I thought we were gonna end it not good. But we ended fine. I have been missing out. I have been missing out on her, and now I think I'm hooked. For people to be saying that this is one of her lower rated books, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit excited. Do I rate this 5 stars? I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit on it for a minute. I'm too emotional to rate anything right now. It might be 5 stars. This might be a 5-star book, and this was supposed to be the lowest rated in my stack. Some of y'all lied to me about this book, and I don't know if I'll ever forgive you for that. I am at a loss for words. I want to start over. Like, I want to read it again. Wow. Anyway, next book that's happening. Totally different route that we're going here. So, Thursday Murder Club, let's go. 2 things. Sorry about the lighting. I'm outside, so can't really control that. This is my favorite reading spot, so we can all deal with it. I've read 2 chapters of the Thursday Murder Club so far, and I can tell I'm gonna like it. At the very least, I'm gonna like it, because the characters, very charming, very eccentric, I would say. It's kind of what you'd expect to find if you were to visit a retirement home, retirement village. I like the way that they are being described so far, because it's not like explicitly describing them, it's just you're kind of picking up the pieces based on the dialogue between the characters. So I kind of like that, because it's not like paragraphs and paragraphs of describing someone's character. It's just you're witnessing their character being who they are. I can tell it's going to be cozy and funny and sweet. I don't know why the lighting is this bad. I think that maybe I'm foggy. The humidity, guys. Sorry about that. The lighting is still bad, but it's at least better. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll let you know how it goes. Apologies for everything about my filming process. Honestly, it's chaotic. I'm not a professional. Okay, I'm definitely enjoying myself so far. Really like the characters a lot. There was a little bit of a surprise as to who was murdered. I thought that I knew what was going to happen, and I didn't. There was already a little bit of a twist for me. So that was fun. I really like the police investigator that they're teaming up with. I think that she's funny. I think Elizabeth's character is hilarious. Yeah, I'm having a good time. I am 19 chapters in, so not very far. I still have a significant amount of reading to do, but I am going to take a little bit of a break and get some things done. I really wish that I could get the audiobook of this from Libby, but the wait time for it is several months long. So that will not be happening, unfortunately, but I have a feeling that this would be a really phenomenal audiobook. So if you're more of an audio reader, this is what I recommend. I think that it would be so fun to listen to. I will be coming back to this, and I will keep you updated on all my thoughts. Every time I think I know what's going on, something happens to where I change my mind. I'm enjoying myself, but I also get kind of bored. But then I'm shocked by something. Like just now, I just reached part 2. And something happened that massively shocked me. I did not think that this was going to happen. I thought that this was going to continue to be as predictable as it has been for the last 20 chapters. I've made a pretty good chunk of progress here, and I am enjoying myself. I do find myself skimming through quite a bit of the side plots, but now I'm starting to think that those side plots are going to connect to something bigger instead of just being side plots. So I think I'm going to start paying more attention. Like I said before, I do think that this would be a much better audiobook read than a physical book read. And I really wish that I could test out that theory with this one. But I might, if I do enjoy this book enough, I might look and see if the second book in the series has an audiobook, and then maybe I'll listen to that one as an audio instead of reading it as a physical. I don't know. Those are my thoughts right now. I'm in between 3 and 4 star territory, but I've still got a pretty big chunk left to read, so it could continue to surprise me. We'll see. I have done it. I have finished The Thursday Murder Club, number 1. It was definitely a cozy mystery, and it was a good one. Was it predictable at times? Kinda. But it would also throw you for a loop every once in a while, which was it kept you guessing, kept me interested. There were times when I found myself skimming certain chapters because I was like, is this really important to the plot? I can't really tell, or if it is, then I don't really care. It's not a 5-star book for me, but I do think that I will grant it 4 stars because there are very few books that I've read so far that have made me laugh out loud, and this one did that. This book is very successful at portraying elderly people, I think. The way that they talk to each other and discuss topics so bluntly and honestly, and it's just funny. There were several lines that just, like I said, made me laugh out loud, and it's very rare that I find a book that makes me audibly express anything. Usually I'm pretty quiet when reading a book. But I do think that this was a successful read. I really enjoyed myself. I don't know if I would reread it. That is yet to be seen. But I do think that I will continue the series. I think that I'll get the second one at some point. Probably on audiobook, because I would really like to see what the narration is like. And maybe if I did a reread in the future and did the audiobook of this, I would change my rating to a 5-star. So yeah, that's the second book in the vlog. The next one will be The Silent Patient. I'm not going to start it tonight because I'm also buddy reading Such a Fun Age by Kyla Reid with my cousin, and I really need to make some progress in that book. So I'm going to read that tonight, get through a few chapters, and then probably start The Silent Patient tomorrow. I picked up this book a few hours ago. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm over halfway through. And I'm going to finish it today. I'm going to finish in one sitting. I love this book. There's the potential that the ending will ruin it for me if I don't like how it ends.
but I love how this is going so far. I'm fascinated by it. I've always been fascinated by plot lines that have to do with like mental institutions and mental health and psychosis and just the mysteries of the mind, if you will. This is really reminding me of 3 movies: Shutter Island, Girl Interrupted, and Stonehurst Asylum. If you haven't seen any of those movies, you should watch them. They're all amazing. But I'm getting very similar vibes in this. I feel heartbroken for Alicia, and reading all of her diary entries before the murder happens is heart-wrenching, and just seeing all the things that she had to go through before the incident, and now years later she's voiceless in a mental hospital, and everyone just makes her out to be this conniving, murderous snake. And it just seems to me that there's more to it than that. So I am excited to uncover all of that. I can't wait to finish it. I really hope I am satisfied with the ending, because if I'm not, it's going to hurt. It's gonna hurt me. But I'll be back probably pretty soon to let you know how it goes. I don't even know what to say. I knew that something was not right about this whole situation. I did know that. Holy wow. Oh wow, that was amazing. That was incredible. I flew through that. I have not gotten through a book that quickly in quite some time. This is kind of similar to how I felt after reading How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, which was my first Hendrix novel. And I read that all in one sitting and felt very similar to how I feel after reading this. Oh my word, I'm like so energized, and that was my dog, if you can believe it. She's mad that I'm talking so loud. I feel so energized, and like I want to talk about this, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. If you haven't read it, even though it has been out for like 5 years, and I haven't gotten to it until now, sue me, whatever. If you haven't read this and you like a thriller, absolutely you should read it. I highly, highly recommend it. Easy 5 stars. There is no debate on that. I thoroughly enjoyed my time. This was a great read. Probably my favorite of the 3 that I got from the library. Shocker. I'm definitely... Most of the time, I tend to be more leaning into the, like, psychological thriller, horror stuff more often than I lean into, like, romance or romantic comedy books. So this is not surprising to me. It's not surprising that I enjoyed this more than the Emily Henry. And I say more than simply because I flew through it. I mean, with the Emily Henry, I also read that in, I think, 2 days. But that was different. That was a different feeling. This, I could talk about this for days. I feel like, okay, I'm probably gonna end up watching other booktubers and bookish content creators talking about this, because I just want to see what everybody thinks and hear if they had any theories early on, or if they ended up predicting the ending. I can't imagine predicting this ending, to be honest with you. It was so unpredictable. I feel like there were multiple times in the book where I was like, okay, surely this is enough foreshadowing for me to like have enough information to be able to... Oh, I need to get Matt to read this book. I think that he would enjoy it. And I want to talk to him about it, but I don't want to spoil it for him if he's going to read it. What a fun time. Thank you so much for watching this reading vlog. It was very fun. I'll probably do similar vlogs in the future since I'm doing more bookish content right now. I'm really enjoying it. If you want, I post more often on the Bookstagram, Flippin' Pages, so you can get more thoughts and content from me over there. But if you have any ideas for booktube content, let me know. I do have a few ideas myself, but I would like to know what you guys are interested in. This was so fun. I'm so excited. I feel so energized and creatively inspired, and God, I loved that book. Okay, I'll see you soon.